Attention!
Skip ahead to the audio or religious portion below.
Film, audio, religion. Welcome to Far Out Online, a show about film, audio, and religion. If you dare, come on in. Thanks, guys, for dropping by. Check out this cheap trailer.
Get your house out of my yard.
The other trailer.
Hey kids, I am Buzzo the Clown. You wanna play with me? I got balloon animals. I got anything you like. Why so?
Alright, that was a test for a future series that we want to do. What I did was I took the actor that we're going to use and we painted him up with all the makeup, kind of ripped off the Heath Ledger Joker, and just did some test shots, took some pictures and did some video. When I took it back to the studio though, it wound up being able to make a pretty decent unintentional trailer. So that's how you accidentally make a cheap trailer. The show Clown that I want to make is about a kid in high school who's really intelligent. And the face paint, where does that come from? He's a clown. He's a magician for birthday parties for kids because he's such an awesome guy. He loves kids. He's really like an awesome person. So check this out. I kind of go into a little bit more detail about the character. The more realistic a character is, the more easy it is for the audience to believe in him and to be sucked into the storyline and the character, because it's not such a stretch for them to relate. We've got superheroes and villains, and there's a lot of origin stories of where the superheroes come from. So my idea was to take some of the elements of my favorite villains and do it origins. And in my mind, I think they should almost inherently be good originally. He's an average kid. He's not super popular. He's not super emo or anything like that. They have some kind of extreme gift, and his is his intelligence. How does a person go from a good kid, high school, 9th, 10th grade, to kind of some of this psycho things that we're talking about? Drugs is a very, very powerful. Further along in the story, as things progress and he starts going into this villain, criminal type of mindset, he loses touch with who he is. We wind up teeter-tottering on this line of brilliance and super clarity about the world that this character has to insanity. And hopefully as the audience is watching, they're sucked into this character's perspective, and the audience starts to lose touch with what's real and what's not.
Cause I never doubted me. 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 Cause I never doubted me.
Audio. Now on to the audio portion of the show. The intro song that you heard at the beginning was actually written by myself and this guy. Alright. Got me. So now what we're listening to in the background is a really, really cool tune called Success for Life. My nephew Chase came over to the house and he had a song idea, so he's singing, I've got a guitar, I'm playing out a rhythm, and we start this song. It starts off real slow, kind of like this. You've got the beat, boom, ta, boom. There you go, you like that? And then we wrote the bass line. We add in some a little bit of a melody of like these little bells, not really bells, but it's kind of this far out sounding stuff. And the biggest thing that I'm really proud of on this song, it's a very original sounding song, and it is 100% his signature and what he wants to tell. the stories and the ideas that he wants to be portrayed. That's what he's writing, and he's doing exactly his vision, which I think is key for music or film or audio or anything.
One person I know that can guess it right, and that's me on the road to successful life. So are you stressing or living? My blessings I give them through lessons and wisdom. This life is uncommon, my words are a promise.
So anyways, yeah, this is a really cool song. Hopefully soon you will be able to download this song or listen to it at reverbnation.com/far out online. If that's not running right now, just keep checking back. It will be there. This portion of the show is called Religion. However, we can discuss almost anything in this section. This is almost like a wild card in this portion. And if you really think about it, film, audio, religion, like that perfectly ties in together. Film's telling about life and trying to give a perspective on life. Music has always expressed the pain and the beauty of life. And religion tries to explain why that pain and beauty of life exists. So, with that, I got into a conversation with a friend of mine named Bucky Abbott, and we kind of got heated. What I did was I recapped after we had this conversation that I recorded. I kind of ran into some verses in the Bible, so I wrote them down and I wanted to read them out to you. And when you hear them, just think of this. We are not here to judge. As a matter of fact, he actually just tells us it's up to us to forgive people.
I hope you enjoy the talk we had. Once again, me and friend my Bucky have argument and talk about God. So if you please listen and watch me clean my studio, thank you.
In regard to Christianity, if you back up your argument or with the text, that may look like circular logic to someone who's not there yet. It simply isn't enough to say I'm right because I'm right, or I'm right because this book says I'm right. But I believe one thing that is sure to break up this circular logic is experience. I want to ask a question for myself and for us as a whole. How would the unbeliever describe their experience with us? That may be the only deciding factor that breaks up this circular logic that they feel maybe is getting thrown at them. Okay. Point 2. The Christian trademark that's kept it alive amongst so many other religions is its powerful and unrelenting grace. And I've written some notes. So the grace captures the heart like nothing else. However, the world's experience with the church throughout the years may be the biggest factor in people rejecting the story of Christ. In other words, many people may not have had the opportunity to reject Christ because no one has displayed him yet, despite having been exposed to Christianity or church. In all honesty, this is not very comforting to me. That's a lot of weight on me that if I speak truthfully, I can't bear. I don't have the ability to display this kind of grace, kindness, and authority. I fall short by miles and miles. I'm nowhere even close to being capable of reflecting his image, and this breaks my heart and soul. And in that place of brokenness, I find the humility to know I need all that same grace, patience, and kindness myself. And out of that powerlessness, I fully relate to the unbeliever on the exact same level. At that point, I have nothing but patience and empathy for him. We're all in the same shoes. If I choose not to forgive another's sins, I might be too self-righteous to realize I need it myself. Okay, that was something that I wrote at work to kind of guide my thoughts. And I said something at the very end that is going to lead into my next point. If I choose to forgive another's sins, that sounds very sacrilegious, or what's the better word? blasphemous. Okay. Well, I went there because while at work and pondering over this conversation that I had with Bucky, I have a carry around Book of John that I sometimes carry in my pocket. This is John 20:19. On the evening of that first day of the week, when the disciples were together with the doors locked for fear of the Jews, Jesus came and stood among them and said, "Peace be with you." After he said this, he showed them his hands and side. The disciples were overjoyed when they saw the Lord. Again, Jesus said, "Peace be with you, chill. As the Father has sent me, I am sending you." And with that, he breathed on them and said, "Receive the Holy Spirit. If you forgive anyone his sins, they are forgiven." Jesus first sends us out, then says something very strange, very blasphemous, it would seem. He randomly states the forgiveness of sins. You're able to forgive someone. He gives us this power to forgive or not to forgive. He didn't say when it was okay to forgive and when it wasn't. He just simply said, "It's up to you." So let me ask you a question. What would Jesus do? So one of the things that happened right before he made the statement that you're able to forgive someone's sins or not, he gave you the Spirit. And that's key. It didn't really stick out to me until we just made that, until I was just kind of going over this and I was reviewing my notes and I just kind of jotted that down. And I believe that's where Jesus' strength came from, and he definitely submitted to the Father, and we submit to Christ.
Okay, thank you guys so much for checking everything out. I hope I have been entertaining enough for you to spend 16 or so minutes of your life watching this guy and my friends have fun and do what we like to do in the Far Out Online. If you have any opinions on the latter stage of this, the religion, please post your opinion and post your perspective, and I will read some of that off on the next episode. I think that's it. I think so. I just want to thank all the guys who were, helped make the show today. Chase and Lane and Bucky and everybody who kind of went in this. That's got to be it, guys. Thanks so much for dropping by. Come back again later. I need to have like an ending catchphrase. Something about being far out, right?
Yeah. Far as hay.
Far as hay. This is the pilot of the Far Out Online show. Please leave me a comment, give me some direction, give me some critiques. Let me know what you would like to see, and if this is interesting at all to you, because I want to be able to provide something that is entertaining and helpful. And peace out. Wait. Far out.
I see